Hey everybody, welcome to the second episode of the Overly Subjective Podcast. My name is Jesse, I'll be your host, and I'm joined by Hewitt.
Yo, what's up guys? How y'all doing?
And also joined by Landon.
Hello.
So hopefully you guys enjoyed the first episode there. I definitely enjoyed recording it and having a discussion with my fellow men here.
Hey,
Are you
do
saying
not
you're not a man?
assume my fucking gender.
Oh god. We can't get into that. We'll get a riot going. I figured it'd be a good opportunity to maybe just discuss the games we're currently playing or have played since the last episode. We all, each of us play like a lot of video games, so we all have lots to say about what we've been playing. I don't know, Hero, you've been playing the newest game, newest Fire Emblem game. Maybe we should start with that, just because it's the newest.
Yeah, I've been playing a bit of Fire Emblem Heroes on the mobile device. I'm enjoying it quite a bit so far. Definitely, I was very, into it when it first came out. I was playing it whenever I had enough stamina. I was actually doing it on two devices. I was playing on the iPad and my phone, and I was re-rolling on both those devices to try to get a good character, and I ended up getting a good character on both of them. So I was like, well, why don't I just play these simultaneously? But weekday started, work, and then I had less time to play, and it kind of died down a little bit for me. I still really like it. I'm still playing through the game. I'm pretty much done with the story. There's like one more chapter left. The story is pretty short, but yeah, I'm still enjoying that. I really do enjoy mobile games. It's kind of bad. Sometimes I end up paying for them, which is never good. But yeah, it's I would say Fire Emblem Heroes is a solid Fire Emblem game. It's kind of like if you think about a normal Fire Emblem game and you shrink it down to the size of a phone screen, and the map is that size. So normally Fire Emblems, there's a really big map, and you move your characters around that map. Takes probably between like 10-20 minutes for each round. This one, it probably takes like less, like 4 to 5 minutes per map round, and it's a lot faster paced, and it's a little simpler too. There's a lot less complicated systems in this. You don't have to buy weapons, all those more complicated items are gone.
So the team in a regular Fire Emblem game you would kind of pick up as the story goes along, but in the mobile one, do you exclusively get the characters from the summon pulls?
Yeah, so there's these characters. They're like really weak characters. They're like 1-star, 2-star characters that you get, and it rotates every day that you can get from clearing those maps. Right now, there's a special map that you get this 3-star Wyvern Rider that you can get from beating that dungeon. It's a little bit hard. It's definitely something that somebody would probably have to sink a little bit of time to. I probably sank probably on the lesser end of things in terms of time, so I can't really do that dungeon too well. But anybody who's been kind of playing every day should be able to do that and get that new character. And I'm not exactly sure where he lies on the tier list. I'm assuming he's not that amazing. Like, come on, are they really going to give you an absolutely amazing character for free? No.
So do you have to like level up the characters and everything?
Yeah, so you level them up just like normal Fire Emblem. You go through, maps, you kill stuff. There's also like the Tower of Training that they had in the Fire Emblem games that you can do on here as well. And that's because on the normal maps, if you clear them the second time around, if you clear them again, you get less EXP. But the Tower of Training, you can do it as many times as you want, and you'll get full EXP from that. And outside of that, you also get EXP crystals that you can get from the Tower of Training as well, daily. And they also give out rewards for finishing quests, and you can use those to level up your characters as well. And if you roll any duplicates, you can also fuse them together to get your character level up and your stats up and your SP up.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask about that. In that Dokkan Battle game I play, if you get duplicate rolls, you train them together, and the one you chose as your main training partner, like you get his special ability leveled up. And with like the regular characters that you pull a lot, it's not so bad. But when you start getting into the super rare ones that only come along every now and then, and you realize like I have to get 10 of the duplicates of this super rare thing. It kind of like, you really see the free to play aspect there. And
Yeah, with Fire Emblem, you can get everything just by leveling it up, but fusing them together will make things go faster, and you get bonus levels for fusing the same characters together.
Okay, so training them has the same result as fusing the duplicates, just the duplicates is faster.
Yeah, well, so the difference is that when you fuse them, your actual character level doesn't really go up. So normally it'll go up like, from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4, like that. But if you fuse them, it'll be like 1 plus 1, or like 1 plus 2, 2 plus 1, something like that. So I'm assuming what that means is when your character reaches max level, it can go over max level with fusing.
All right, pretty typical for these like summon. It's kind of a genre, like it's the Fire Emblem, but also in the summon game genre.
Yeah.
Like Dokkan Battle is a summon game. I don't know if you played Monster Strike. It's kind of the same thing. It's like pinball, but with monsters. You do the same thing. You pull monsters, you fuse duplicates. And it's strangely addicting. I like them quite a bit. I haven't played the Fire Emblem one yet, though.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like, because you have that gambling aspect of like, rolling for characters, and you're like, oh my gosh, I could get something really, really good. And you're like constantly working towards that. It's the same thing for like Puzzle and Dragons, for like Brave Frontier, all these different like Japanese mobile games. It's really, really popular to have these kind of like rolling aspects to gamble for characters.
It's kind of dangerous too, I think.
It is gambling. It really is gambling.
Yeah, it brings up this interesting gray area where like kids will get these games on their parents' phones, and their like credit cards automatically linked to the phone, so they'll just buy these things with their parents' credit cards because it's automatically like doing the transaction for them. I know there's been quite a bit of debate throughout the years regarding that. I think playing MapleStory at such a young age has just ruined me for free-to-play games. Because I'm just like you, I will buy the stuff in the free-to-play games, and I have in MapleStory, and I have in like Clash of Clans and Dokkan Battle, and I'm sure I would if I played Fire Emblem too. You should explain what is the payment aspect to that? Do you just pay for more summons?
Yeah, so there's this paid currency called orbs, and you get an orb every time you complete a new level. So that's really nice. But then, so it costs 5 orbs to summon a character. But if you pay more orbs consecutively, so how it works is you pay 5 orbs to enter the summoning screen, and it will give you 5. It'll show you 5 characters or 5 potential characters, and then it'll be like a green orb for like an axe character, a blue orb for like a lance character, a red orb for like a sword character. It doesn't show you what character is in it, but it'll show you what type it is, and you could choose an orb to summon, and that'll be your 5 orbs. But you can continue summoning within those 5 characters that they showed you for a cheaper price if you continue summoning. So it kind of gives you an incentive to spend more on that run, basically. Total, if you want all 5 characters in that first summon click, it costs 20 orbs. And each of these orbs you can get by, like I said, clearing a level, or you can buy them real money.
How much does it cost to buy, let me guess before you even say. I'm just going to guess that there's like a pack of 5 orbs, 10 orbs, 20 orbs.
Yeah, and then with each orb, if you pay more money, it'll give you like, oh, you're gonna get like 5 bonus orbs or whatever. The best value for the best bang for your buck right here. But yeah, so looking at it right now, I'm opening up my Fire Emblem because I've actually never purchased any orbs for this game yet, which is surprising. It costs, the highest tier package is $75 for 140 orbs. So that is going to be 7 times 5, which is 35 summons. And actually, it was really funny. So there's this really, well, I guess not funny. It's kind of sad at the same time. There's this really powerful character called Hector. And this one guy, this was a news article on Kotaku actually, spent $1,000 and could not get him.
Oh my god. But he is confirmed to be out there in the wild.
Yes, he is confirmed to be out there in the wild, and he is one of the more powerful characters. Definitely top tier, and definitely was one of the characters I'd want to get, but have never gotten so far.
What I like about Dokkan Battle is like you have you can get pretty much any. It actually gets really confusing because you can get pretty much any base character you want in the game. And if you like Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, then it's fun because you can get your favorite character. You can get like Kid Goku or Stella Freeze or whatever. But then there's like extreme versions of those characters that you can only get during special events, and you need like awakening medals to like transcend them to the next kind of like level limit, increases their max level and their stats and everything. And I think it's pretty. I mean, it's a time sink for sure, and I have no doubt Fire Emblem is also the same way. The Dokkan Battle also has like these events. Well, basically, you have to like build a team with the characters you pulled. I'm sure it's the same with Fire Emblem. It sounds like it is anyways. You build a team with the characters you pull, and there's some events that you can only play, you can only participate in if you have like a team of all enemies, or a team of all good guys, or a team of all fusion characters. Yeah, Fire Emblem, do you have to assemble a team with the summons? I'm guessing.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, interesting. So you said it's dying down. Do you think it'll pick up?
Well, I'm sure it's still really popular out there right now, but for me personally, it's dying
Do you
down.
think you just burned yourself out trying to play simultaneously, 2 games simultaneously?
No, I didn't actually play it simultaneously for too long. I was mostly just playing that at the beginning, and because I was actually it was over a weekend, and I was like at home, I was like, oh well, I got a little extra time, I could play this and then also play it on my iPad. But what ended up happening was I ran out, didn't have time during the weekday, and stopped doing that.
Yeah, it's funny. I did the same thing in Monster Strike with the re-rolling. I would, because you get like this certain amount of free rolls when you create a new account, and I would create the account, roll, get like try and get a good character, and then I'd delete the files in the installed directory of the Android phone, and then I try to roll again. I must have done that for like probably 2 hours trying to get a good roll in Monster Strike. How long did it take you to get a decent one?
I think it took me like 5 to 10 restarts, which actually isn't that much in the grand scheme of things. Fire Emblem's rates aren't that bad for getting good characters.
Well, especially as a new game, the pool that you're pulling from is probably not very big right now. I think if you got into it in the future when they add more characters and all that stuff, you will probably spend more time for rolling the characters. Landon, do you like any of these pulling freaking team building summon games for the phones? Do you like phone games at all?
I don't know how you guys can feel good about spending money on those fucking things. I mean, I'm guilty. I've spent money on MapleStory quite a bit, but I haven't spent a dime on a mobile game because there's no fucking point, and there's no fucking value for me there. Actually, that's not true. I spent money on Fallout Shelter.
Yeah, you can justify it because if somebody doesn't pay for the games, then the other people won't be able to enjoy them for free. So really, it's because of people like Hewitt and myself that allows these other people to play the games. So really, everyone, you should be thanking us.
Yeah, thank you for fueling a fucking nightmare game industry.
They know exactly what they're doing. Like, they have, like, psychologically, with the whole, like, limited deal, like, 5 plus 10 orbs, limited deals, shit like that. It, like, I'm very susceptible to that. Like, I'm willing to admit that I'm a sucker for that kind of marketing.
Oh, yeah.
The only reason why I spent money on Fallout Shelter was, I don't know, I was really into that at the time. I was hyped for fucking Skyrim to come out. Or not Skyrim, fucking Fallout 4. And the little lunchboxes were on sale, and that felt like it had substance, that game. Like, it felt like an actual game. So, I don't know, I felt shitty paying for shit for that. Because it was all, like, vanity shit that didn't change the game at all, which is even more pointless to spend money on. But the fucking game's coming to Windows PC now, so.
It's already here, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, on Xbox as well. Play Anywhere game, so you can spend money on every platform.
Hey man, there's a market for it because they sell.
Yeah, I would honestly, I would rather pay for like as horrible as it is. I would rather pay for like a new map or fucking sword in Skyrim or something than pay for skins that do nothing.
Hey, skin vantage is a real thing. Gotta make look good, feel good. Oh my gosh, it's really bad. I mean, I play. You guys know this. I play on reboot server on Maple Story. There's no pay to win aspect on that, so you don't have to pay at all to play that server. But I've probably paid more money in reboot than I was paying, than I paid in my entire history of playing Maple Story in normal servers.
Yeah, I think I don't know if they were like, I know you're not alone, and I don't know if that's why they came out with it. I'm not sure if they fully understood that the psychology behind that.
Like
Feel-
it's I feel like I don't feel like paying money on the normal servers because it feels like you have to pay to do better. So they're kind of like ripping the money out of your hands. But on reboot, it's like, well, you don't have to pay. So I'm like, well, I mean, you guys are nice people. You're doing us a solid by giving us a non-pay to win game. So I guess I'll give you some money, and then that leads to more money, and more money, and more money. And they also do like the random loot boxes too, like the cash shop surprise that you get a random outfit from, and that's what I really really like. Like they put the best outfits in those, of course, and I'm just like, oh, I really want those wings, please. And I end up spending like $50 and I don't even get it.
Let me ask you guys, like hypothetically, if there was like a really great AAA game or something, would you rather they have you pay for skins that did nothing, or like charge for like have a paywall, but after the paywall was like super worth it content?
So like a buy to play game versus a free to play game, I guess.
Yeah, except a lot more paywall shit.
Like what do you mean paywall?
Like, like imagine the old way they used to do demos, like Doom era, where you could play like the first level, but then you'd have to pay $1 to get the next 5 levels or whatever.
Oh, so kind of like what they do for Super Mario Run. It's free to start, and then you have to pay to get the rest of the levels.
Yeah, kind of. But
well, does the like pay for the skin scenario include all that content? Otherwise, it's just not behind a paywall.
no, that's like in lieu of skins. Would you prefer just so that they could recoup their costs of making the game? So like, would you prefer them to have fucking microtransaction ridden game with skins, or very pricey fucking map packs that lock away a large portion of the game?
I don't know. Call of Duty does both of those things, so I don't know. People are buying that game. I don't know. Like, obviously, I would want more actual substantive content than skins for your character. But if you have the content and the skins, then I don't know. I think that.
But what if they didn't price it in like a, oh, this is an expansion pack, like $60 expansion pack or something? What if it was like, pay $3 and get this dungeon, like if it was a Legend of Zelda game or something? Pay $10 and get a new dungeon.
Oh gosh, that sounds terrible.
But if it was like really worth it quality, like it was a huge dungeon, like dungeons are essential to Zelda, but they
Well,
gotta make money.
at that point, you're just locking away main parts of the game and ask people to pay it.
Yeah, that the concept behind it I get, but would you, like, if it was a super amazing product behind the $10 price, I would pay it. I mean, why the fuck not? Better than spending $300 on skins that do nothing.
I guess in a way that's how Hitman is doing it right now. They have two options. That you could pay for the entire thing at once, or as the game was coming out, you could pay, every month, buy the next map, buy the next map. And apparently that worked out really well. But I can see why it works well for Hitman and why it wouldn't work well for another type of game. Because Hitman, it really worked well because that's the type of game where you would want to keep replaying that level over and over and over again. But for another game, I feel like it just sounds very lucrative in a sense. Like if like in the end the price would be the same. Like for example, you could you could do two things. You could buy this game, for $60, or you could buy 3 dungeons for like 1 dungeon for $10, and there's 6 dungeons in total. Like I would be okay with that, but not just like just having that option of buying one at a time seems a little bit lucrative. It's maybe just a psychology thing.
How about you buy skins for your character that only allow you to go to certain areas of the game? That way you get your fancy looking content and then you get the actual content.
Oh gosh, I'm a sucker for skins, you know that.
Yeah. I mean that it's not just like any old skin. It has to be like cool looking, and it has some outfits have to be rare, so they're hard to get. So there's that aspect to it too. I think it's just like if it's just like a cash up, like in Blade and Soul or something, where everything is just there and you can just buy it and everyone has access to the exact same stuff. It's kind of doesn't have appeal to me. But if you put that stuff in a box and some of those costumes have like a low chance to come out of that box, then absolutely I'm buying it at least once to see if I can get it.
God damn you guys. I'm so over fucking skins. They don't add value to the game at all, in my opinion.
No, but you look super kawaii and that can make you feel better than everyone else.
Yeah, but I would rather like earn the skin in the game somehow than just fucking buy it.
No, because then that's still available to everyone.
That's the fucking problem, isn't it? That they need the cost of making games is so much that they need these stupid fucking skin DLCs.
No, it has to be unfair, because if you want that box, then you go get a fucking job and you get that box yourself, because that's what I'm doing.
Yeah,
that's what I say.
I actually bought some Overwatch boxes.
Oh, dude, I don't even want to say how many boxes I bought. Let's just keep that private.
That's probably the worst one out of all of them. Come on.
Dude, it's because of just what I explained. They have the rare costumes in there that have a chance to pop out.
It's first-person game. You don't even look at your character.
That makes it even better, because when you do, it's because you're in the play of the game, and that means like you're extra awesome.
You could also emote, and like, when you're picking your character, you can see it, and the title screen changes with the skin that your character's wearing. It's so good. I just making my character look pretty is the best thing.
It's you don't understand, Landon. You just don't get it.
I like making my character look pretty in like Skyrim and whatever, and that's part of the game. It's the progression chain, man. You start out with fucking rags, and then you get sweet dragon armor or something. That's cool. Fucking paying $12 for a fucking slime hat is not cool.
But it's not about, like, part of it is looking cool, part of it is liking the aesthetic of your character, but there's also a part deep down inside where you know you're better than the people that don't have it. And that's what I like. That's my favorite part.
And you get the limited edition ones too, like this with the events, like the Chinese New Year event that's out in Overwatch right now. That's what pushed me over. I'm like, I don't play Overwatch enough nowadays to get all these skins, so I guess I'll pay $10. And I actually got the skin I wanted in $10.
Nice.
I got the legendary Mei skin.
I've spent more than $10 for sure.
It's a status symbol, man. When you got that gold fucking gun in Overwatch, everybody knows you're better than them.
Well, if you have the gold weapons, it's because you are better than them. It's because you play a lot of competitive.
Yep.
You live in your mom's basement.
I really want to play. I want to play way more Overwatch. Man, I stopped playing for a while. I don't even really know why, but I want to play it again. We need a team. If anyone listens and wants to make a team, send us an email. Go to mapleoverbacon.com. Go to the contact page.
It's kind of controversial, but that game doesn't have a lot of content.
Well, no. Well, it doesn't have to.
That's probably why you stopped playing. I mean...
No, I stopped playing the same way I stopped playing League of Legends. I just started playing competitively, and it was just affecting me negatively, so I had to just like stand back and stop playing it. And I think if I got back into it, just remembering that in the back of my mind, I could just like, even in competitive, I could just like brush off bad games and shitty teammates.
I think having a team makes the competitive nature worse. Because when you have a lot of people, you're like, okay, we got to do good. We're a team. We have the capacity here to do good. But then nobody is as good as you are. everybody thinks, right, to themselves. And then so everybody's just shittier, and you get pissed off at them, and then you just rage quit more than if you're just casually playing alone.
Nah, you need to get a different team dynamic, because I've met some random people on competitive matchmaking that are like super, like, they're good players and they're good people, and they understand like you're not always the best, and they understand they're not always the best, and the trick is finding 4 other people that think the exact same way, so like they can understand if you haven't been playing the best, and then they can rely on their teammates to understand that maybe you don't always play the best too. So you gotta get people that are on the same level, I think.
Yeah, this
Sounds
is
like
why,
a bunch of hippie bullshit, but
this is why I don't play competitive games anymore. It's too much to think about.
I definitely still play Overwatch. I've been playing a lot more recently, but I only play quick play. I don't really do competitive anymore. I did competitive first season, and like Jesse said, I found this group that was actually really good. My friend and I were playing competitive quite a bit when the game first started, and we queued up with this group that we, really cool people, and we started queuing up with them more and more and more, and we started kind of like just playing together, and we won games, but we also lost a lot of games. And nobody really gave each other crap or anything nice.
I noticed they added a feature to like choose to continue playing with the teammates that you got queued up with. Pretty good feature that they added. I don't know when they added that. It probably shows you how long it has been since I last played it. It's probably like a couple months ago, I'm sure. Yeah, maybe get back into that. Hopefully it hasn't changed too much.
No, not really. Not really too many changes. The core gameplay's still the same.
But how many cool skins did I miss out on, man? I missed out on Halloween and the Christmas. But you know what? There's gonna be an Easter one coming up, and if there's like a May or Mercy like costume with bunny ears and a bunny tail, I'm in. I'm in, man.
Is definitely getting one. I know.
Yeah. I do that too. So what else have we been playing? I know me and Landon have been playing Civ 6 off and on. We kind of start a game and, it lasts a couple days, as Civ tends to do.
1 week later.
There's really not much to say about it. It's like, I think it's a good Civ game for people that maybe wanted to get into Civ and it's kind of daunting, like it seems complicated and everything. This one's kind of dumbed down in a nice way. Everything's still there, but it's just easier to digest.
I just want to note that on our show notes, Landon, under games we're currently playing, put Legend of Zelda Wild.
Put it in the wrong section, okay?
Shit, Landon's been playing Breath of the Wild? Damn.
I'm secretly a dev.
Yeah, what are you in charge of?
Making it suck.
That actually might not be a bad idea for a team. Just have someone that's trying to sabotage it to make the game better.
Probably a bad idea.
Yeah.
Puts a sense of competition. Who can do the most damage?
So, yeah, Civ 6. That's actually a really. I've only played Civ 5 and Civ 6, and I think Civ 6 is the best in the franchise.
Yeah, I've played 4 and 5.
There's something about it, just like the aesthetic of it. The art style is really nice and approachable, and like everything else in the game is approachable as well.
I own Civ 5, but never played it. But all I know is Gandhi is all about the nukes.
Yeah, I haven't played a game where Gandhi goes off the chain yet. I've gone off the chain with nukes. I've been playing a lot. I set up my VR situation again. I got a nice big space for my live, and I jumped in accounting. I've been being bugged to play accounting. It's like a hour and a half game, kind of demo experience, written by the guys who did Rick and Morty. It's pretty fun.
Did you set up your gold-plated sofa in there too, and your turtle shell countertops?
On what?
In your Vive space?
Oh no.
I'm saying it's super expensive.
It's only like $1,000.
Nothing much. Toss that out the window every now and then.
It definitely is my prized possession. I treat it very delicately when I do handle it. I keep it out of the sunlight. Apparently the sunlight can damage the lenses, for people that did not know. So I played accounting, I jumped back into Elite Dangerous, spent about a day and a half setting out my controls again, because I have a throttle, joy pad, on my left. I have a joystick on my right, like a flight stick. Then I have pedals for the yaw of my ship. So that's like, I don't know, it's like a gas and a brake pedal. So I spent like a day and a half figuring that all up again. Jumped into deep space, into a resource extraction site, and started owning some NPCs.
Did you find an alien?
No, that's crazy though. You guys should all Google the alien encounter for Elite Dangerous.
Yeah, I watched that a while ago.
It's creepy, man. Very creepy.
Why is it taking so long for people to get to it? Like, I thought it was a space and...
Well, they've been kind of hinting at alien encounters for like 5 or more years now. They've kind of like put little Easter eggs throughout the game in different systems and on different planets and stuff like that.
Is that not a fundamental system in the Elite games? I haven't played any of the old ones, so I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't played the old ones yet. They're just Elite Dangerous, but there have not been aliens in Elite Dangerous. And I don't know if you realize this, Landon, but aliens don't exist. So, being a space simulation, why would aliens be in there? Come on. So, what?
Some very controversial stuff that you're talking about right now.
Aliens don't exist. I'm sorry. I base my reality on fact.
Listen, man, if gender fluidity exists, aliens exist. Because somebody out there has probably legally changed their gender to fucking spaceman. I voted for Trudeau.
You shouldn't say that out loud.
Too late. I
You're
already
gonna
got
get
a bomb
hounded.
in the mail. I've been looking at this game ever since it came out, and I just couldn't justify the price point, but it was recently on sale for pretty cheap, so I got it. And it's like, it's got this... I usually don't fucking get into the pixel art stuff anymore, because it's been done to death, and I don't really get nostalgic about that shit. So, it's a really good style for pixel art, and it's like, it's like black and white, except all the things you interact with have colors, so it's really easy to see what you're doing. Like, blood is red, and fucking toxic shit is green. It's really easily readable to understand what you're doing. But anyways, the game is like a zombie lemming.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so you start out...
that.
You start out with, like, usually, it depends on the level, on how many zombies you start with. But you start with a few zombies, and you gotta go through these different puzzles by, like, spreading your fucking zombie apocalypse by killing as many humans as possible, while also, like, using mutation modifiers that cost DNA that you get from killing people, and you use those to mutate your zombies into special zombies that throw your regular zombies over cliffs or blow them up or shit like that. And you use all those to solve puzzles in a Lemmings fashion.
How much was it regular price?
I think $13.
That's not that much.
I don't know about you guys, but I searched it up, Google Images. First thing I see is a zombie groping this lady. Think that's a very telling sign of a great game.
Zombie Night Terror, I think I really, really like it. It's pretty good. I haven't beaten it yet, but it's got class, man. It's got style.
How much gameplay is there, though? Like, how many levels, do you know?
Actually, quite a bit. Like, I think there's, like, 3 chapters and, like, 10 levels per chapter. And each one is a unique puzzle. It's not just, like, get all your zombies to the end of the map. Sometimes it's, like, kill all the humans. Or fucking... Or, there's other ones, like, just can't think of them.
I actually played a lot of Lemmings back in the day. So, I'm gonna be probably totally wrong with this, but it was like one of Rockstar's early games, right?
Yeah, I think that was their first game, wasn't it?
It must be, because after that there was like Rock and Roll Racing, and that was on the consoles.
Looks like right now, according to Wikipedia, so I guess we should take it with a grain of salt, maybe. Developer for the original Lemmings was DMA Design, and it was published by Psygnosis, something like that.
Yeah, I think DMA was the early Rockstar name, I guess.
Yeah.
DMA logo's like it looks kind of like a little dude, right? It's like green, blue, something.
Yeah, it's red for the head, which is the D. M is the torso, and that's green. And the V, or the A, is the legs. And it looks like here I clicked on a DMA design, and it says on Wikipedia again, Rockstar North is the successor.
Nice. We're right. We're setting a precedent here. We can never be wrong ever again. So again, what was that game called, Lennon? Zombie
Night Terror.
Zombie Night Terror.
It's
A
got-
Zombie Lemmings game.
Yeah, it's got a really like fun humor to it. It's not like super serious. It's like fucking kind of 80s themed music in it. I wouldn't call it like Outrun or synthwave or anything. It's really good.
That sounds interesting to you guys. Maybe you should check it out on Steam. It's on sale right now. If you listen to this later, well, tough shit. You were playing Diablo last time. Are you still playing that?
Yeah, I'm still playing Diablo right now. I'm right now. Oh, so I rolled a Demon Hunter. Last time I think I was on like Torment 6 or 7 or something like that. Right now I would probably be able to do like probably Torment 10, 11, 12, but I'm just speed farming on Torment 9 right now, trying to get the pieces to my set that I really want. I think the last thing I need is the belt right now, but yeah, I've been playing a bit of that. Yet again, I really like it because I can play it and watch an anime on the side, and that's really fun for me. But as of late, actually today, I started playing a new quote unquote Legend of Zelda game since our last conversation about me not finishing Zelda games ever.
Oh.
Yeah, so I have been playing The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. It's not a new game, of course, but I've been playing that on the Virtual Console on my DS. Picked it up today because I mentioned last time I played Oracle of Seasons and Oracle of Ages, and I did not know about Link's Awakening until earlier this week on Kotaku. They posted their like top 10 Zelda games.
Yeah.
And they had Link's Awakening on there. I'm like, oh, Link's Awakening. Never heard of that. And I looked at it, and it's the same art style the same style as Legend of Zelda Oracle of Ages and Seasons. So I'm like, well, I love those two games. I'm probably going to love this one. So I picked that up and started playing that.
How much have you played so far?
I've played the first like 30 minutes maybe. I'm not even at like the first dungeon or anything. I picked it up literally like probably 4 hours ago, and I haven't been playing it the entire 4 hours, but yeah.
You playing the color version?
Yeah, the Game Boy Color version.
I think it's Link's Awakening DX.
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, I'm playing that, and I love those type of Zelda games. The Game Boy Color Zelda games were definitely the most memorable for me.
Yeah, I think you'll end up enjoying that.
I tried to play rather Link's Awakening DX. Something about it, like I couldn't get into it.
I don't know. It's definitely. Did you like Oracle of Ages and Seasons?
Yeah, I like those a lot.
And it's when did you pick up Link's Awakening?
Pretty recently, like last year. I don't even think I got past the part where you get your fucking sword.
Jeez, that is very early on. That's the first thing you do.
It just, nothing about it, for some reason, just like catches my attention.
It's crazy because Kotaku put that as their number 2 Zelda game.
Well, they have a number 1.
Number 1, I don't remember. I probably have to look that up.
Maybe here's a good chance to talk about my number 1 Zelda. I'm coming out of the closet here, guys. I'm going public with this information. My number 1 Zelda game is Skyward Sword. It's my favorite all-time Zelda game. Skyward Sword, the lashings, I can feel them already. They're coming.
Judas.
Yeah, I really love Skyward Sword. Number 2, I don't know. I'd say number 2, Majora's Mask, Ocarina of Time. So Skyward Sword, Majora's Mask, Ocarina of Time.
Why is Skyward Sword your number 1 over the rest?
Well, the characters, I really love the characters, like the relationship between Link and Zelda. Well, it felt like way more important than any of the other Zelda games I found. Like there's an actual like bond there. The music I really enjoyed, and there is like a lot of repetitiveness in Skyward Sword. No doubt about that.
Yeah, I
Like
think that was where they started getting a little bit more creative with like Zelda and started changing a little bit more, right? There was like crafting and stuff, wasn't there?
yeah, they added crafting into it. I didn't really touch too much on that, but yeah, I beat the game with like no crafting at all, but it's one of those Nintendo things there to add something that you don't really need, but it's kind of there anyways. The character design, the world design, the dungeon design. People give Skyward Sword a lot of shit for bad dungeons, but I thought the dungeons were really well designed. So dungeons, music, character, world, I guess. I mean, Skyloft is kind of boring, but the flying is tedious. Try and get to the world underneath the clouds, but I mean, I definitely see the valid criticism for sure, but I think a lot of it is unjustified.
Skyward Sword is up there on my list of favorite Zelda games as well. Like probably be like number 2 or number 3 at the very least.
Wow. Yeah. Talking about top lists, I looked up the Kotaku list, and they had Link to the Past as number 1, followed up by Link's Awakening, Oracle of Ages and Seasons, Majora's Mask, and Wind Waker as their top 5. It goes all the way down to 15, but that's the top 5 for them.
If Twilight Princess is anywhere above 10, then that list is total bullshit.
It's on number 9.
Yeah.
Twilight Princess is the worst Zelda that they've made. I'm sorry, people. Midna is an awesome character because that's what everyone freaking jerks off about. But everything else in Twilight Princess is totally forgettable. It was a good game. I remember enjoying myself, but I don't remember the actual game itself. I remember the feeling of playing it, but I don't remember the game. So that's my feelings about it.
Yeah, it's above Skyward Sword on this list. Skyward Sword is number 10.
What?
Oh, really?
That's a fucking...
I'm surprised it's that high, to be honest. What's, hold on, Phantom Hourglass is probably 15.
Yeah, let me just read this off. So we'll start from the top. Links to the Past is number 1. Number 2 is Link's Awakening, followed by Oracle of Ages and Seasons. Number 4 is Majora's Mask. Number 5 is Wind Waker. Number 6 is Link Between Worlds. Number 7 is Ocarina of Time. Number 8 is Minish Cap. Number 9 is Twilight Princess. 10 is Skyward Sword. 11 is Spirit Tracks. 12 is Phantom Hourglass. 13 is The Legend of Zelda. So I guess that's the original. 14 is Zelda 2 Adventure of Link. And 15 is Triforce Heroes.
I feel like the biggest criticism about Skyward Sword that I keep hearing about is the combat, but I almost prefer Skyward Sword's combat over almost all the other games. Oh, that probably sounds terrible. But I feel like I didn't have any problem with the motion control, like, at all. And, like, when I was playing, I realized this isn't the typical action combat that Zelda's known for. It's not supposed to be. It's not trying to be. Every battle in that game is like a mini puzzle, and that's what I love about it.
I don't remember what it was like when it came out. Do you know if it required the Wii Motion Plus on launch?
I'm pretty sure it did, I want to say.
Yeah, I don't remember for sure, but if people were trying to play without it, which I don't know if you could, because it might not let you, I don't know. If it does require the Wii Motion Plus from the get-go, then I don't know what people's issues is. Maybe they like have short arms or something. Yeah, it was totally fine for me too. And I was like, I hooked it up to my PC. I had like a sensor bar. I connected my Wiimote to my PC, and it worked fine there too.
Yeah, that's what I did.
And then I eventually did buy a Wii U because the game just ran like garbage emulated.
Emulated?
Unfortunately. I mean, so what else have you guys been playing?
Well, speaking of Zelda and Zelda likes, I've tried out Hyperlight Drifter, which people say is like Zelda.
Well, you know, for someone who says they don't like pixel games, you seem to be playing a lot of pixel games.
Yeah, I know. Listen. So I'm just gonna say I'm kind of disappointed with that. A lot of
Really?
people like super adore that game, but I mean, granted, I'm not far into it, but it's got some like fundamental issues. Like the art style, the aesthetics are fantastic. Like it's a work of art looking at that game, but playing it is a different story. The combat is really snappy and it feels really good, and that's not the problem though. It suffers from like old game problems that you would think would be solved by now, like having checkpoints before a boss, but like way too far back where you have to fight through a room of enemies every time you die to get back to the boss.
Yeah.
There's shit like that all over the place, and I've only played like an hour and a half.
Yeah, it's almost like cause checkpoints you think would be manually added, but if something's suffering from that, it seems like there might be an algorithm that they programmed to just kind of automatically place them throughout the level.
I don't know, because there's some checkpoints that were really good, like right in front of the boss door. I don't know.
Maybe there's a reason that they're so far back, maybe give you a chance to like collect something, get more XP. I don't know what the game's like.
I guess, but for a game that is like so like Dark Souls difficult, where like a single mistake will fuck you over completely, I think it's a really bad idea to spawn so many rooms back and just like have to backtrack and do shit like that.
I mean, doesn't Dark Souls do that to you?
Yeah, Dark Souls can get away with it though because it's supposed to be super duper hard. That's one of the complaints I have is people say it's so hard, so it kind of gets away with these bad game design things. But people are like, oh well, Dark Souls, get good, son.
That's also got like a fundamental part of the design of that game though, like the bonfires. That's the reason why you have to backtrack or redo your progress. But in Hyper Light Drifter, there's no system like that, so there's no reason to have a shitty checkpoint. And another problem I've had with it is, since they went with such a nice art style, like, in some parts, it's actually pretty difficult to see where you're supposed to walk and what areas are walkable. For the most part, it's, like, pretty good about that, but sometimes a lot of the colors blend together and shit.
You think someone like me who's colorblind would have an issue with that? The screenshots I saw were, like, mostly like pink and black and reds are fine, but if they're like blending colors like green and blue and red all together, then that could cause some issues.
It's almost exclusively like reds and pinks and shit. I think they made a choice to do the art style over the functionality.
Well, the game's like $15, right?
Yeah.
$15 Canadian, which is about $2 American. So it's a great deal.
I think it's probably worth checking out for such a low price. But if there's some super annoyances that might turn you off.
Well, it's actually part of the Humble Bundle right now too. I don't know. So anything else you guys are playing? Is that it?
I've been playing Maple as usual. Nothing really new there. Just playing whenever I stream. Playing it a little bit outside, but nothing new. Nothing special. Yeah. Just that's probably about it for me.
It's Maple being Maple.
Yeah, and I guess a little bit of Overwatch here and there. Just because of the new Chinese New Year stuff, I really want to get that. The skins, and I'm always playing Hearthstone, just like because it's a great mobile game. It's excellent to just play when you're going somewhere, sitting in between something, pop a game or two.
How much money have you spent on that?
Let's see. There's like so many different like story mode expansions now. There's like, I don't know, like 6 or something like that. So that's like 20 each. And then with every card pack expansion, I usually buy $50 worth of card packs. So I've spent a good deal. Definitely, I wouldn't consider myself the top percentile, but definitely about average or above average.
That's a problem with being an adult and having disposable income is you can spend it on stupid shit. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, there's no parent there to tell you stop.
Nope. Yeah, that translates to other things too. Because if I want an energy drink at 3 a.m. in the morning, I'm gonna get an energy drink, and I'll probably get one after we're done recording. It's like 2 a.m. right now.
Yeah, and if you want to buy a Nintendo Switch at launch, you could do that.
Exactly. Yo, this is gonna be the first console that I bought with my own money.
Yeah, you'll treat that thing like a baby. You have to I want to I didn't think I would want to take it around with me, but after I saw the size of the Switch itself, how it's like not much bigger than a 3DS, I was like, I could definitely take this around with me, and I might do that now, but I also don't want to break it. So I actually ordered a case for it.
I considered ordering the Zelda case. I don't know. What case did you buy?
I got the Hori case.
I see.
That's
Sponsored.
HORI.
What'd you call me?
Yeah, man, it seems like every week there's more Switch and Zelda stuff coming out, and I have my pre-order list is just growing.
Dude, the launch of the Switch is driving me financially into the fucking ground because of our fucking Canadian dollar is so non-competitive right now. Is the nice way to say it.
Well, the Switch is $299 US, and in Canada that's like $420 with tax.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Plus, you have to buy Zelda. Plus, you have to buy the fucking Pro Controller.
Yeah, so Zelda ends up being $80. The Switch is $420. The Pro Controller is like $94. So it gets expensive. I have all those pre-ordered.
I just bought the Switch and Zelda. I didn't buy any of the accompanying stuff.
I actually have 2 Switches pre-ordered.
You know,
Just because I'm kind of like I need the Switch at launch, and I have one on Best Buy and I have one on Amazon, and I'm just concerned one of them is gonna fuck up. So the Amazon ones, it says the delivery date is March 7th to 8th, but I keep reading they're really good with the pre-order stuff. So I don't know, maybe-
I've definitely pre-ordered at least games with them, and they've gotten to me every time. Actually, what ended up happening was I pre-ordered Overwatch with them, and I was tracking the tracking, and on the day of, I'm like, they haven't shipped it yet, and it's like 12 p.m. So I give them a call, and they're like, "Oh, we haven't shipped it out yet," or like, "We forgot to ship yours out." So
Oh,
what?
really?
Yeah, it was. I was like heartbroken. I'm like, what? Because I wanted a physical copy, and I wanted the pre-order discount from Amazon as well. So I did that, but I called the guy. And he's like, "Oh yeah, we'll get it to you tomorrow. Why don't we do this? We'll refund you the cost of the disc. So we'll refund you all the money you paid for the disc copy that you're getting from us, and we'll still send that to you. But you can use that money to buy the digital version."
That's pretty good.
Yeah, so I ended up getting 2 copies of Overwatch.
Yeah, Amazon customer service is actually pretty freaking good, man.
Yeah, like at first he was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." I'm like, "Well, I took a day off for this to play," and then he's like, "Oh, okay, well, let's do this."
Well, the customer service is good, but on the other hand, you forgot to ship it. Like, how does that happen? Like your
that's your
business
job.
is shipping stuff. Yeah.
I mean, with so many orders, it's easy to forget like 1 or 2 or something, but that's no excuse.
Yeah. But hey, at least it worked out for you in the end. We should definitely. I think we should take like a whole episode and just talk about the Switch because there's a lot of news out there, lots of opinions to be had. I don't know. I feel like I see the reason with all these arguments, and I think there's people being overly critical. And it's just like, it's fun to shit on Nintendo, but I don't think they were looking at what the Switch is going to be critically. They're just like, oh, it's another 3DS that can play better games. It doesn't compete with the PS4. Well, it's not supposed to anyways. So yeah, maybe we should just take an episode to talk about that stuff. Because it could take up a whole episode for sure. Let's see. Yeah, you guys mentioned earlier the before we started recording, you were talking about the Steam Greenlight stuff. Then they're taking down the Greenlight.
Yeah. Landon, do you want to talk about this, or do you want me to talk about it?
Yeah, who's more information?
I want to talk about it because I reviewed 3 fucking 1,000 things on that Steam Greenlight.
That's a lot of games to review.
Well, it's not exactly like a review. It's like clicking, yes, I would buy this. No, get it away from me.
Did you really do 3,000?
Yeah, I just, like, instead of going on fucking Imager or something, I just, like, hop on there and go through, like, fucking 18 queues in one sitting.
Do you read what the game is and stuff, or do you just click yes, no, yes, no?
Well, sometimes this fucking game that's on there is so egregiously bad that I'm just like,
Like,
nope.
it's obviously like a troll attempt. It's like the arts in MS Paint and stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of troll shit in there.
Hey.
But there's also stuff that just doesn't communicate properly what their game is supposed to be, so I'm like confused and like, I don't know what this is. I can't fucking buy it.
Panty Party was an absolutely amazing game. I don't know what you're talking about, Landon.
I have the limited edition Panty Party. It came with a pair of panties. I have
Worn?
parties all the time.
Used?
Yeah, I've worn and used. I wouldn't have it any other way.
There are some hidden gems on Steam Greenlight that deserve to get put through, but it's not working properly.
Well, there's
Yes.
already some questionable games that have gotten, and then there's like, there's some games that I want to buy and play, but I don't want to show up on my recently played. Like, I don't want to show up in my played games, like Honey Pop Studio, yeah, because it's a game about being like fucking organizing cam girls, basically. But it looks fun. It looks fun. And then there's the
fun.
YouTube. Yeah, you can play with one hand. I think that's a feature. And then there's a YouTube one where you do the same thing with like as you create YouTube videos.
Oh, YouTuber's life or whatever.
Yeah, YouTuber's life, which I actually heard bad reviews about, but I would pay a couple bucks for it.
The only green light game that I supported was Melody's Last Escape. There we go. And it was like a rhythm game. It actually came out, which was cool, but I actually didn't enjoy it that much.
Oh really? I love rhythm games. I love them.
Me too. We can talk about that off this podcast.
So what are they replacing the Greenlight with?
Yeah, they're shutting down Steam Greenlight, so all my work is fucking useless. And they're replacing it with something called Steam Direct, which has no community input whatsoever. Basically, people who have a product to sell on Steam just pay a fee, which is undecided at this time.
It's
and then they get into Steam.
It's between $100 and $5,000, if I believe. If my sources are true, aka PC Gamer.
I think it was between like 200 and 5,000 is what their range.
You know,
like,
what would be
that's what they're hoping
a good system if they had like that entry fee, the $5,000. But if your game actually ended up making money, you could get like a portion of it like returned to you if it was successful. That'd be a good system.
Yeah, like a deposit.
Oh yeah, wasn't
Yeah.
that a part of it that you can get the money back? I thought I read that in that article.
No, I just made it up, and if they pick that up, it's because I told them. Yeah, I think that'd be good because then you kind of filter out all the troll game ads, and if it's a legitimate game, you get your money back. But there should be a fee to put your game on Steam. Like the player base is huge, although like not all of them are going to see your game, but still, it's a powerful tool to have as an indie developer. And I feel like Greenlight has probably the abused Greenlight for sure, because there's like you could go on the new game releases at any day of the week and just see like a handful of games that just like, no offense to the developers, but it's like when you're learning to make a game, you make all these shitty games, and these people are also putting them on Greenlight when really they should just be archived and put away because they're not real games. They're just you're testing your skills on and becoming a better game developer. No one should ever see they shouldn't see the light of day.
Before those went on like fucking Newgrounds or shit like that.
Newgrounds.
I don't know what the modern equivalent is.
You're showing your age, man.
Before you know it, it's gonna be like the iTunes App Store.
Fucking almost is.
Yeah, have you like ever searched up like a popular game's name and just seen all the garbage that comes up?
Yeah, there's a lot of shit on the Android store too.
Yeah, both of them. It's really bad. It's like some of them are like clearly knockoffs. Some of them are like knockoffs of knockoffs. It's just terrible.
Well, both of those environments, the Google and the Google and the Apple, both of them, Apple you pay, I think it's like a $500 fee. Might be. I think it's actually $100. And Google you pay $50, and that's like your license forever. If you pay that amount, you can upload as many games as you want. So, I can see why there's a lot of trash on those stores for sure.
So Steam, when you put a game on Steam, they take a little piece of every sale for their services. So what if after paying your initial fee to get your game on here with Steam Direct, what if you got like a discount to that because you had to pay up front?
Like for your next one?
No, just for all your sales after that.
Like you get a discount on what exactly?
What Steam takes from you. Like it's 10% for everybody on Steam right now, I think. So what if after you pay your $5,000 or whatever, it's like 9%?
Yeah, that might help the indie people Do the big publishers need to pay any fees, or do they just kind of get on?
I think he would said they just get on.
Well, I'm sure they have to pay a fee because that would be like, why would I don't see why that would benefit Valve or Steam in any way. Yeah, why would it benefit Valve in any way? So I'm sure they have to pay for it. But what I was saying was more of they don't have to go through the greenlighting process. They just tell them, hey, we want to put this game on Steam, and then they pay the fee, and then they get on.
Well, hopefully this new system actually reduces the amount of BS that's on the store and brings some more quality games, because if the Greenlight continues the way it is, it's gonna end up looking like the Google Play Store, full of garbage. It's hard to find the games that you actually want, and then they'll have to curate what's being shown when you search for stuff to make sure the actual top games are being shown. It's more, I don't know if they do that already, but that seems like more of a headache when they could just get the serious people in there and then give them get-go. Hopefully it's successful. Speaking of successful games, guys, have you heard or followed Neo at all? And I don't mean from the Matrix.
Neo as in the PlayStation Neo?
No, I don't mean the PlayStation Neo either. And I don't mean the Neo Geo either. I mean Neo, Nioh, that Japanese Dark Souls game.
I haven't really followed it, but I've heard a lot about it just listening to the Giant Bombcast because those guys seem to really like it a lot. I also, looked up a couple videos or, watched the Giant Bomb first look, a little bit of that. So definitely dabbled here and there with it, but I haven't played it myself.
It looks like a game that would be, I would enjoy playing because it really does strike that kind of Dark Souls vibe, although from what I've seen, it kind of is like a watered down Dark Souls. It seems like, I don't know if that's the case, I haven't played it obviously, but that's just the impression I get from the videos and screenshots that I've seen. It has been getting good reviews all over the place though.
Just to preface this, none of us have played it because none of us have a PS4.
Yeah, man. If anyone wants to donate a PS4, he would give out your personal mailing address.
All right, sounds good.
Send it to Hewitt. Yeah, I would. I want a PS4 just so I can play Neo and freaking Bloodborne and Horizon Zero Dawn. I want to play, but maybe I should find someone who's getting rid of theirs. Maybe find someone. My city's going through a hard time right now, so there should be a lot on sale on like Kijiji or something. Which is
just benefiting from everybody's misfortune.
Yeah, that's how I got my job, man. It's a dog eat dog world out there. What was that? Man,
just sell your second Switch and buy a PS4.
Yeah, but I don't want to sell it for profit either. I don't want to be that scalping guy.
You should.
I'd rather just sell it for.
You just said it was You just said it was a dog eat dog world, and now you're fucking taking it easy on the little guys.
Yeah, well, I mean, you gotta balance it out, I guess. Well, the reason people are struck on hard times in my city is because oil is fucking tanking in Canada. This whole city's founded on oil, pretty much. You probably guess where I live. I won't say it though. Maybe later when we get personal.
The Yukon Territories.
The Yukon Territories. I live in Nunavut.
That's not Yukon, idiot. That's the Northwest Territories.
No, Northwest Territories capital is Whitehorse.
I thought it was Tuktoyaktuk.
Tuktoyaktuk is somewhere else.
Oh, sorry.
Iqaluit is capital of Nunavut. Whitehorse is the capital of Northwest Territories, I believe. Someone Google this. I think that's right.
You live in a shack buried deep beneath the oil sands.
That's right. I'm drowning in oil.
See, this is a typical case of just like how people don't know where Texas is in the U.S. It's the exact same thing.
It's on the bottom.
It's on the bottom.
It's next to Mexico.
I thought it was Mexico.
It used to be Mexico. If I believe my very short database of U.S. history, I believe it was once Mexico. Maybe I'll just edit that out because it's probably wrong. Well, anything else you guys want to touch on? I think the Switch we'll have to get to at a later date.
Yeah, I mean, I think we might do an extra part of this tomorrow or something. Who knows?
Yeah, I'm down for that. We'll have to get a Switch one out, obviously before the release. Gotta get those clicks, man. It's being searched for. It's all about that SEO.
Clicker Heroes, Clicker Titans, Tap Titans.
Tap Titans, is that a game?
Tap Titans, yeah.
Oh,
They just came out with Tap Titans 2.
of course they did. Do you have extra tapping?
Nope. That game is heavy fucking pay to win.
Sounds like I should play it. Not
Out of all the
you should-
clickers, I mean, it's the only one I've played. And I played quite a bit of the But I stopped it because I realized this game just goes on forever. It doesn't stop. So I'm just going to stop playing.
It's like Adventure Capitalist. You can just keep going. As long as you have patience, there's still game for you. Which is genius. Genius game design. Build a game based on patience. That actually sounds like a horrible idea. Alright, well, everybody, I think it's time to wrap up the second episode. Thanks for listening. I think everyone listening should visit us on the webs at www. It's like the old, like, Lab with Leo
Oh,
show
God.
on. www.mapleoverbacon.com. You can find all the episodes there. We have a contact page, so you can email us directly. And a little about blurb that has a little Easter egg from Landon to you.
Don't make that public.
It's already public, man. It's been indexed by Google. It's archived. It's there forever. MapleOverBacon.com. You can reach us there. We're on Twitter at MapleOverBacon, and I know you can reach Hewitt on the web as well.
Yep, you can reach me on the Twitters at MisoXShiru. I also stream every night except for Saturdays from 9 to 12:30 p.m. a.m. 9:30 p.m. to 12:30 a.m. On twitch.tv/MisoXShiru. And I actually started a blog recently, which we actually touched quite a bit on what I wrote on my blog. I wrote very recently, which was yesterday, I wrote an article about why mobile games will always be pay to win. And why the cosmetics model does not work on mobile games. So I wrote an editorial article on that on my blog, which is overlysubjectivesite.wordpress.com.
Nice. And we're working on getting Hewitt a top level domain for that. It's going to be beautiful. And again, that's miso like the soup, MISO, all right?
Make sure you guys send us some questions about anything you want to know about us, maybe our favorite lists, maybe where Jesse likes to jerk off. And you can contact us at mapleoverbacon.com/contact, I think.
Yeah, that's right.
Whatever you want to know, send us a shout.
Thanks for listening, everybody. Hope to see you next time on episode 3. See ya.